Okay, hello. Very nervous. I'm gonna try to record a screencast here because I'm doing something that I think is cool and I want to share it with the internet and the world. So this is basically I want to go through like what I kind of think is like test-driven UI development. So I've gotten like really into tests over the last I don't know, 6 or 8 months or so, and I really want to figure out how to do this with HTML and CSS and like building UI because testing is like the best feeling ever. So I've been working on setting up Backstop JS, which is a visual regression testing or screenshot testing rather node package that runs in headless Chrome. So all of these are only the Chrome versions of the UI, but it's still very extremely useful because CSS is getting pretty predictable these days and good browser support. So here's Backstop. I'm not going to go into like how exactly this is set up, but I want to go through, I want to kind of show the workflow here as I build out this feature. So let me give an example of what I'm actually doing. So this is for a redesign that we're working on. Redesign project, forever waiting for InVision to load. Ta-da. So I am adding a button and a search icon to this like sticky header thing that we have. So here's what the end goal needs to look like. And I've gotten pretty far so far, and I'm kind of putting the last touches on this button. And so I want to show this workflow using Backstop to test an individual screenshot of this module. And also need to note that we have, oh, look at this. What good advice, one step at a time. Oh, yes, okay. Need to note that we have, oh wait, this kind of pattern library server thing that is definitely a prerequisite for doing this kind of thing. So you need to have like a URL where you can see a single module. We call these modules. So here we go. Here's what we have so far, which looks pretty good. But need to style this a little bit, make it look a little bit more like the design. So this is the current state. So we have I've kind of saved this version as I'm working. So I'm going to write this code. Okay, so what do I need to do though to make this look like? So I have to update the font family, at least on the subscribe. So I'll start with that. And we have all these very heavy-duty utility classes that are really long, and sometimes I'm like, oh my god, is this really what I did? But it's working really well. So header sticky is the prototype or the object we're working on here. So all of these class strings, this is basically CSS and JavaScript, yes. But all of these class strings are utilities, and these hook up into twig patterns. So header sticky here, and this exports an object that the twig file gets. So icon button here, this is like the base pattern. And these are coming from a central location. This stuff, like, I want to clean up with like helper methods and make this a lot more readable, which can happen in the future, kind of just like my thing said, one step at a time. So right now this is working, and this will be nicer at a future date. So what am I doing? So I'm going to, so this is just button. This is just a C button. So here's C button. And I was having some issues with cloning things. So we'll use clone deep here instead of object assign because I officially know the difference between deep and shallow cloning now. So C button classes. So very nice. We have this like object suggestion, intelligent, whatever it's called in VS Code. And this is going to be secondary, I think, is the font family. So if I save this, and I'm going to confirm that this is indeed secondary in the style guide, which is, maybe we can find this here. Style, oops. Yeah, so this is a new thing that unfortunately happened like partway through the project, so I can't write all the nice like CSS algorithms for these various font faces or font families and type styles, but for now, we'll just use this as a reference. So this is the secondary font family, cool, LRV, U font family secondary. So this is coming from the Larva mono repo, which is our design system. Save. So server's restarting. Don't need to build any CSS. And so now I'm going to run my backstop test. And this will, so I have these reference screenshots that are saved from before. And my computer's going a little bit slowly because I'm screen sharing, I think. But so check it out. Here's the reference screenshot. So I'm like, okay, cool. Everything looks good. And I can see all of this stuff kind of in one screen. So I've already caught small bugs from, or small regressions that I would otherwise have had to like remember to check a mobile version every single time. So just the fact of like seeing all three of our main breakpoints on the same screen is pretty cool. And then I can check out what's going on here. And okay, so this, oh, cause I did something else. Well, our font family changed, but obviously other things have been lost because, yikes. So still a work in progress how all this stuff's working, but I was overwriting the entire button classes object or button classes property instead of adding the font family to it. I'm not too worried about it. So let's do this again. And these go pretty fast usually, like 5 seconds, which is probably too slow, to be honest, for what a unit test is like. But yeah, here we go. So it's starting to look a little bit better. And what else we need to do? So now I'm going to go to the browser here. So what I'd love for like, I'm kind of seeing something like this as like a CSS or like UI programming IDE. So like, wouldn't it be cool if you could see all these things and then this was the DOM and you can inspect in here instead of it just being an image? And another future idea would be that the designer, and I initially learned about this idea in a video about testing CSS. I can't remember who did it, but I'll find a link to it. But they said like the ideal scenario would be a designer creates this thing you're testing against, and you're slowly like incrementing up to build against this test created by the designer. Of course, this is like me kind of saving versions as I go and updating them. But anyways, okay, where are we? So let's look at this. What is going on? Where does this space come from? Yeah. Okay, so that's hidden. This is overflow hidden. This is some weird ordering stuff that I'm not a huge fan of. That's correct. Okay, button. We need some space on the side here. So let's do that. Search icon. And we'll give it margin on this side, margin right 1. Oops. Save. Okay, cool. And we need this. This is one of these design nuances, and I'm like, really, is that totally necessary to have this be? If this button really needs to be like flush against the top of the screen, which is a problem because of this logo. Okay, so this height. So we need to figure out what box is surrounding the subscribe button and make it height 100%. So subscribe button is here. Weird, or no, that's not weird. Okay, so can we make this height 100%? Maybe, if it's a flex item, which I think it is, I think we could maybe possibly do that. Let's see. LRV, U, height, 100p. No. I've been forgetting how to do this like a lot. So, well, we need to make sure this is a height. Yes. So what if we give the, wait, let's see. Probably because there's alignment. Yes, that's what's happening. Okay, cool. So this, we can just make you, so we'll remove that, add this back, and that didn't work because this is not height 100%. So we could remove this and make this inline flex, maybe, fingers crossed. No. Also, maybe we don't have that utility. This is a problem as we're like building up utilities. I don't think we have display inline flex, so. Wait, why aren't you adding this? Oh, because I'm filtering styles. Well, this needs to be flex. Yay! Okay, so what did I just do? Now, okay, this is what I think the future should be. It potentially, this is how I feel today. I'll probably change my mind at some point. But like, would it be great if you could write CSS like this, even though I am aware that I am not actually writing CSS, that I am typing utility class names. But if I was writing CSS in here or whatever, and like this is where we write CSS in the browser. It's like this is the IDE for writing CSS. We don't have to go back and forth into a text editor, but it's like all about the UI. Maybe that would be cool. I don't know. Okay, what did I just do? Flex here and maybe that's all. No, I don't remember. Remove align center. Okay. Flex. Oh, because I added to that. Well, this also needs to be flex, and this needs align center now. So that's cool. That's chill. Computer's starting to heat up. And let's do. This is gonna have to be like a whole huge, gross search thing. So I'm not even thinking about that right now. Yeah, check it out. Okay, now for the cool part. So let's run a test, see what's going on. I kind of like built some stuff out. Failing, but we know it's failing. It's supposed to. So interesting. So here's some stuff that happened. So these things, this diff, yeah. So this is something like right here, we can hopefully like up the threshold for what it registers as a diff. I haven't totally figured out how to do that. So let's check the test version. That looks good. And both of these are the same. And then just see what's going on here. So we added that border. So this is going around over. Oh my gosh. Wow, check it out. Just found a regression already. This is a problem. So like, where's the search icon? It's gone. Oh my God, this is really cool. So now let's fix that. And I'm not gonna approve these yet until I fix this missing search icon. That's something I would not have found, or I would have been like, oh nice, I fixed the problem I was focusing on. This like just gives you like a little bit of extra visibility into what's happening. Okay, what was I just doing? It's starting to be close to the end of the day, so I'm forgetting everything. This did go away, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, okay. So we need to give this a min width or something. So now we can go back into the editor or future amazing IDE. That is the browser, but right now is sort of an IDE. IDE being integrated development environment, because this is hidden. So that was dumb because that's copy pasta. There's nothing wrong with my CSS. This is copy pasta. Don't want to hide that. But check it out. Like, it's the end of the day. I'm writing code. I'm making mistakes. And my test is catching my mistakes. Yes. Okay. Test. And then if these look good, then we'll approve them. Let's see. Okay, so we know that we wanted that to move over a little bit because that's correct. Yeah, these look good. So now I run npm backstop approve. And I'm going to commit my stuff because those are good changes. What did I do? What's this? Oh yeah, I do need that too. This will, I'm going to add that in a different commit. So this is feet. Style subscribe button. And a couple other things, but that's enough. And this, this is fix max width for sticky bar, so overflow, so main menu div, main menu, so for auto overflow. Oh wow, hold on, let me disable Slack for just a moment. I know what's happening. Okay, go away, quiet. Okay. Commit, and we are not building styles on the server, which is sad, but it's fine. Stop it. Clippy. Okay, that's all. Hopefully this actually recorded and is not too embarrassing. Bye.